All right, Mo, a lot of college basketball the past couple days, but we have a couple NFL items.
Okay.
The Bengals and BenJarvus Green Ellis.
Yeah, here's my reaction. I'll act this out for you. Oh, okay. Look, I knew going into this the Bengals weren't going to sign Arian Foster. I knew going into this they weren't going to sign Adrian Peterson out of 2008. They were going to try to get younger, maybe better, and maybe somebody they could complement with somebody else. I would have preferred Michael Bush, but I get a guy who, again, is younger. I get a guy who sort of fits with what they're trying to do offensively, and I get a guy who, at the very least, is sure-handed. Now, leading off with, well, he's sure-handed is kind of like leading off with, she's got a nice personality. But if you complained about Cedric Benson's propensity to fumble 2 years ago and the 5 fumbles at the end of the year this year, well, then there has to be something that can be said about a guy's ability to not drop the football. I went into this hoping they would move on from beyond Cedric Benson. I'm interested moving forward to see, and it's like with the Reds in the offseason. Each move had to complement the next. I think you could say the same thing about this Bengals offseason. All the moves have to complement each other, at least offensively, then defensively. And so far, offensively, they have. They still need help on the interior of the offensive line. They still are looking for a number 2 wide receiver. But I think we would agree that the running back position had to be overhauled. That starts with BenJarvus Green Ellis. I'm interested to see if it continues in the draft or elsewhere. I'm hopeful that it is, because we're 3 years into Bernard Scott, and I'm not entirely sold on him.
All right, your thoughts on the Saints' punishment?
Roger Goodell had to make a statement here. Roger Goodell had to make a statement that coaches and executives are held to a different and higher standard than everybody else, and they are, and they should be. Players can no longer complain about being fined $25,000 because Sean Payton's going to lose $7.5 million. There can no longer be this belief that Roger Goodell is holding players to a different standard. He is, not nearly one as high as he's holding coaches. And so he had to make that statement. He is trying to change the league, and he's doing it. And he's getting great results because people are watching the league more than ever before. He is trying to make it a safer league, and that's a multifaceted process. This is a big part of it. He also had to send a message to the rest of the NFL that if this is prevalent throughout the league, it's got to stop, and if it's not stopped, we're going to punish you harshly. And I think he had to make a stance against insubordination. The Saints blatantly lied, and the Saints blatantly defied orders, including one by their owner, to stop the program, so I'm cool with what Roger Goodell did. Email me, mo@espn1530.com, tweet me at moegger1530.